Welcome to Coin Vibe, where we break down the world of cryptocurrency in a way anyone can understand. Today, we re-diving into one of the hottest topics in crypto. Could the second largest cryptocurrency by market cap, Ethereum, actually hit $12,000 this bull cycle? Spoiler alert, some analysts think it's possible, and we're going to explore why. From institutional adoption to technical breakthroughs, we'll unpack the key factors driving this bold prediction. Let's get started. Before we dive into the potential for Ethereum to skyrocket to $12,000 this cycle, it's important to lay some groundwork. What does Ethereum have to do to get there? And how much time do we have left in the cycle? To answer these questions, we'll first need to look at what we know about this bull cycle and how far along we are. The current cycle began in early 2020 when Ethereum bottomed out at around $100 after the infamous Black Thursday crash. We last saw a bottom in mid-2022 when Ethereum touched the 880 mark. This current bull cycle has already lasted longer than previous ones, and we've got plenty of room until the next halving event. The fact that Ethereum is showing strength and hasn't dropped drastically since its most recent halving is a good indicator that we're still in a cyclical uptrend. But how long will this cycle last? Well, some analysts are expecting the next major shift in the market to occur around December 2025, marking the end of the current cycle. However, others believe that the cycle could continue well into 2026 before any major changes take place. Only time will tell which of these predictions will come true. Now, let's look at what we know about Ethereum and how it's likely to perform based on what we've seen in the past. In the past two cycles, Ethereum showed incredible growth, increasing by an average of 14,500% per cycle. For example, in the 2020 cycle, we saw Ethereum go from under $200 to nearly $1,500. Then, in the 2021 cycle, it shot up from around $700 to nearly $5,000. Ethereum's journey from being a niche crypto project to becoming one of the leading blockchains in the world has been nothing short of impressive. Its success can be attributed to several key factors, including the backing of heavy hitters like Tim Draper, its energy-efficient proof-of-stake consensus mechanism, and the prospect of developers building on a blockchain that handles more transactions per second than Bitcoin. What's more, Ethereum has already laid claim to a staggering 55.6% of the tokenized asset market, controlling a whopping $70 billion in total value locked. This dominance is unlikely to change anytime soon, with many industry insiders forecasting that Ethereum will hit $12,000 or more before the end of the decade. Here are just a few reasons why. No. 1. Big money is flocking to Ethereum. The news of BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, purchasing a whopping $323 million worth of ETH, shook the crypto world in August. While it might seem like a lot, it was snapped up in just 3 days, suggesting that big money institutions like BlackRock aren't just dipping their toes into the crypto market, they're diving right in. In fact, another report revealed that asset managers bought a total of $880 million worth of ETH in less than a month. With more institutional adoption comes more legitimacy and stability for the market as a whole. And it turns out, BlackRock isn't the only one joining the party. Companies like Bitmine and Charlink Gaming are also adding ETH to their treasuries. There's no denying that the influx of institutional investors is a good sign for the future of ETH. And that's not all. Spot Ethereum ETFs approved in July 2024 have seen massive inflows. On August 24th, one fund alone saw a staggering $461 million in new investments. In total, investors have poured nearly $9 billion into these funds since their launch. These trends show that institutional buyers are continuing to add ETH to their portfolios, setting the stage for a potential price surge. Number 2, ETH price follows a bullish fractal. A bullish fractal occurs when the price of an asset repeats the same pattern over time. In other words, it's like déjà vu for the markets. Recently, analyst Julian Biddle pointed out that ETH is exhibiting a bullish fractal. Not only that, but Fibonacci extensions suggest that the current target for Ethereum is around 6,178, and if the momentum continues, it could hit 10,623s. But wait, there's more. Other analysts, like those at Finder and Coinpedia, have made bold predictions of their own. They forecast that Ethereum could reach between $6,000 and $12,000 by 2027 or 2030, respectively. Adding fuel to the fire, an analyst at Global Block predicts that the ETH-BTC ratio could strengthen to 0.21, which translates to around $15,000. This is based on the idea that Ethereum tends to outperform Bitcoin during bull runs. So if Bitcoin hits $122,000 as it did in August, Ethereum could easily soar to $15,000 or more. Some analysts have even gone so far as to say that the latest cup and handle pattern suggests that Ethereum could be headed towards $8,000 to $15,000. This type of pattern typically appears in the final stages of a bull market and could indicate that a breakout is imminent. Number 3. Ethereum's future looks bright. Ethereum's network upgrade from proof of work to proof of stake in 2022 made it much more energy efficient and attractive to developers. But the upgrades don't stop there. The upcoming Fusaka hard fork in November 2025 will further improve scalability, reducing transaction fees and paving the way for mass adoption. Similarly, the highly anticipated Pectra upgrade expected in the fourth quarter of 2025 will enhance data availability and reduce reliance on centralized services. These upgrades ensure that Ethereum remains competitive and capable of handling the growing demands of its users. But that's not all. Ethereum's total value locked stands at around $70 billion, showcasing the trust and confidence developers have in the platform. As more people use Ethereum, its value proposition grows, making it increasingly difficult for competitors to catch up. With such a strong foothold in the market, Ethereum is well positioned to continue leading the charge in blockchain technology. Before we wrap up, let's talk about why some folks are hesitantly optimistic about ETH hitting $12,000 this cycle. While the potential is certainly there, it's important to remember that nothing is guaranteed in